Hello everyone, it's Eddie the Chump, come back with another video. Today is sort of new style, as I said the other week. I just want to do the content I want to do. And I was having a conversation with one of my subs, who ironically has a bigger channel than mine, but we had a Skype conversation the other day. It's Blake. If you don't know Blake, I'll put his channel in the description. Go check him out. He does Minecraft videos, loads of different cool stuff. Check it out, it's well worth a watch. I was having a conversation with him, and he's a lot younger than me. He's 16 and I'm 29. So we were talking about how he likes my videos, how I do all the titles and everything, and how they look really nice and all that kind of stuff. And he kind of asked how I learnt all that, and I told him about my job, you know, as a video editor and a career that I'd had and all that kind of stuff. And it just got me thinking. So today's subject is failure and success, and how it's essential to how essential failure is to succeeding. And that seems kind of counterintuitive when you think about it superficially, but when you think about it more deeply, the wisdom of that statement can kind of come through. If you want to be good at anything, if you want to be successful at anything, you're going to have to work really hard. You're going to have to work from the ground up. You know, like this YouTube channel, I'm starting from the very bottom. I'm putting loads of effort into my videos, and you know, I've only got like 93 subs or something stupid like that. So it's really small. Some people would say for the amount of time I've put in that that's a bit of a failure, but it's not, because I think it will pay off in the long run. As with anything in life, if you give up when you first, if we gave up when we first tried to do something and didn't manage it, then we wouldn't ever, no one would ever get good at anything. People wouldn't become doctors, people wouldn't make the YouTube channels that they have, you know, people wouldn't achieve anything. You know, look at Woody's Gamertag. Okay, Woody's Gamertag started as a small channel. He met some of the guys online, he played GBs with them, he started making good quality content. He's an adult, so he's intelligent and articulate, and he put the effort in. But you know, he had failures along the way. He had videos that didn't work out. You know, if you could ask him, I'm sure he would tell you this, that you know, this life, it seems as if it's going one way, right? And people can get stuck in ruts. I don't know how I died there. I think I watched this kill cam just to see how I hit first, and he overpassed me. Okay then. Anyway, yeah, back to the subject. So yeah, fear as a part of success. Okay, yeah, Woody's Gamertag, he would tell you that. I'm sure loads of people would. When you get stuck in ruts and you think that things aren't going your way, say if you're at school or if you're at college and your studies aren't going so well, or this isn't going so well, and it's applicable to everything, applicable to friendships, absolutely everything. If you come across difficulty, that is not an indicator to give up. Okay? If you want the gifts that life can truly give you, it's important to learn not to quit. Okay? It's important to develop determination and develop a thick skin for failure, because a lot of people, they're kind of capricious and they're superficial and shallow, so that when something doesn't go their way, they just completely quit. I can promise you that you won't achieve anything doing that. And everything that I've achieved, even in my moderate success in my career, you know, moderate to little success, let's be perfectly honest. I'm not talking about my YouTube, but my personal life and my professional life. You know, I'm happy with who I am. I'm glad with what I do. I think the standard of work that I make in all that I do is of a high standard, and that to me is the reward. Now, it wasn't always that way. You know, I've been bad at things. You know, even Call of Duty, let's make it like applicable to Call of Duty. When I first started playing, I played COD 4, and the first gun I ever used was an M16, and I'd never really played COD. As I said in my previous video, I was a Gears fanboy, and I hadn't played first-person shooters in a long time. It was actually, I'd stopped playing computer games from about the ages of about 17 to about 22, and I spent some time with a friend of mine when I was at university. I came back to where I live, and he had an Xbox, and he had Oblivion, and he had Gears of War 1. And they completely opened up my eyes. I never thought that we'd see games like this, and I kind of got back into it. Now, obviously, with any new discipline, there's it's not so much a learning curve as a learning cliff. You know, anyone who's played Street Fighter or wanted to get good at like fighting games, like really deep fighting games like that knows about a steep learning curve and knows about failure being necessary to success. Because trust me, if you ever get into games like that, like Super Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 4, everyone is so accomplished. Even bad people have quite a high level of accomplishment in the core mechanics of the game, so that if you're an absolute beginner and you come to something, you are just going to get shit on. It's just a necessary thing you have to go through, and it's uncomfortable and it's not very nice, especially if you have the kind of ego that says, well, I'm good at most things, so I should be good at this. Like, I have one friend who will remain nameless, who has a lot of ability at most things that he tries his hands to, and because he's, you know, without being condescending, because he's quite young, he hasn't really come up against a scenario where he's not the best at what he wants to do. And because he's in quite a small local environment, he thinks that's the way the world is. It's a very definition of a big fish in a small pond. And when you get older and you go into a bigger pond, you realise that actually your skills, that, you know, not everyone, most people aren't exceptional. Most people are distinctively average. When you go out into that bigger, wider world, you're like, you can compare yourself to other people who are more accomplished. You know, just like you do in computer games, you play people with higher KDs, higher score per minutes than you. It's uncomfortable, especially if you think you're good at these things. Like, and when again, taking it back to when I first started playing COD 4, I wanted to learn to snipe because I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Like, people kept sniping me on Bog, on Domination. I was like, man, those snipers are so cool. I'm sorry, I'm a typical Chris fanboy. Like, it's absolutely true how much of a cliche I was. And me and a friend decided that once we were going even to positive with like an MP5, that, you know, we were just going to have to go through that pain barrier. We were going to have to fail in order to succeed, because what we wanted to do was be able to use a sniper properly. And we went through it, and you know, we got better at it, and we sucked at first and all that kind of stuff. And then we got better, and then Modern Warfare 2 came out and I got really good, and then Black Ops came out, and that kind of sniping died a death for me because I didn't do it anymore. Anyway, the game's coming to an end here. This video about, if you fail at something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a permanent state, and in fact you have to fail in order to get good at anything. So in summary, failure is a part of success. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, please like and subscribe. Go to my channel, check it out, help it grow. Cheers.